We have an incredibly powerful new moon on November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving in the United States anyway. And this is happening in Scorpio at 7 degrees in the Nakshatra of Anuradha. And this is incredibly powerful as the new moon that is coming after the eclipse pattern that we have just had. And such a powerful time around our independence and our relationships and how we relate to others. And in Anuradha, this particular new moon happens to be ruled by the Mitra, the god of friendship. And so we're coming into a place of being able to set some new intentions and start new around how we belong and how we connect with others. We also have the grace of Jupiter here. Hi, I'm Prema, and welcome to You Chart Your Path. I'm so glad that you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate you subscribing and hitting that bell notification. And feel free to share this around as well. And if you are wondering about 2023, I am teaching a class, and there'll be a wonderful meditation, healing meditation, and some other wonderful things to support you going into 2023 so that you can be divinely aligned with your soul blueprint. So there's a link down below to grab that for the 2023 update class meditation. So with this new moon in Scorpio, this is a sign right now of Scorpio that's got the aspect of Jupiter on it. Mars in retrograde in Taurus is aspecting it as well. And we also have Venus, the great connector, and we have Mercury, the great communicator, there with the sun and the moon, and they're combusts. So we've got a lot of energy. Most of the planets are playing some part of this new moon as we come out of this eclipse pattern. And also, I'm curious how you're feeling from the eclipses. It's been a really, there's been a lot moving, shaking, falling out, and shifting around. Love to hear in the comments how you're feeling after moving through the eclipses. So just as this new moon is happening, just a little bit after it, a few minutes after it, then we've got Jupiter, our great sage up in Pisces, who has been there since last April and will be there till April of 2023, has been retrograde since the end of July and is now going direct. And so this is really wonderful because this is going to bring our inspiration, our sense of purpose, our greater wisdom, and bringing that down to earth. And we're going to feel like we can start to move forward with things that maybe we haven't felt like before, and especially wherever Pisces rules for your chart. But this aspect is on Scorpio, is on this new moon, starting this new lunar cycle as well. So remember with Jupiter is also the teacher, but Jupiter, whatever Jupiter wants for itself, it wants for everyone because it's really about expansion, higher knowledge. It's about your dharmic path and social dharma, and it's incredibly light. There's a lot of light with Jupiter, and it brings in a lot of grace. And it is shining its light on Scorpio. It is also shining its light on Virgo and on Cancer. So wherever those play out in your chart, it is bringing more light, more grace. And now you'll feel like inspiration has come back that you can actually move forward with. So it's a beautiful aspect that we have here with Jupiter. Now, this new moon being in Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, and Mars is directly aspecting this from being retrograde in Taurus now, is in the Nakshatra of Anuradha. Now, as I mentioned, Mitra is the deity here, and it's a deity of friendship, of connection, of belonging, and of harmonious relationships, especially as we have come through the eclipse pattern where we've been working with this dynamic of our independence, Aries, and then our compromising our connection and our relationships in Libra. And now we've got a beautiful new moon to set our new intentions in this new lunar cycle on how to move forward in harmonious relationships, to have more harmony. We all get by with a little help from our friends. We're better together in many ways. And this is also connecting into our sense of belonging, where we belong or where maybe we don't feel like we belong anymore, especially as that eclipse pattern really shook that energy up. So wherever you're not feeling like you belong, is it a good soul question to ask yourself is there healing that needs to be done around that or around that relationship? Or is it simply time to let go? I'd love to hear in the comments for you what's coming up for you around that. Sometimes it is time to let go, and then we're making space for what's new. And this is an incredibly powerful time, especially as in Scorpio. Scorpio is a place of a lot of passion, especially with this Venus-Mars connection that we have. Actually, it's a Parivartana yoga. They exchange, and so they both become stronger, and that can create a lot of passion. It can create some tension too, and it can create some frustration in a relationship. So I'm going to encourage you to take a deep breath and to slow down in your communication, because also Mercury is pretty heated up in this combination here where this new moon is. And because it is combust the sun with Venus, that is adding to a little bit of communication not being as clear, or maybe the connection with Venus not really feeling as willing to maybe compromise as Venus would normally, the great connector would normally. So you want to slow down a little bit as far as the relationships are going, and get really clear on your intentions for how you do want to move forward, how you want to strengthen your current friendships. How do you want to go forward and be, let's say, what do you want to bring new into relationships? Also, in what relationships or where do you need to let go of your way of being? Just checking in with all of that is super useful. Let's remember Scorpio is a very deeply devotional placement. It can be private, absolutely. It can be very emotional, but that emotion is, sometimes we get stuck in the emotion in Scorpio before we penetrate through to the devotion. So whatever, if you feel like you're stuck in the emotions around connection and relationships and such, I encourage you to do some work on that. Do some healing on that. In fact, we'll have a healing circle on December 7th as we come to the full moon, which is very much about manifesting our desires. Do the healing where you need to do the healing, and then you will start to create differently. And what are you really devoted to, especially what Scorpio rules in your chart, or taking it on the theme of this connection and these, friends and relationships in this way. What are you devoted to? Is it that you want to create more harmony, that you want to have a deeper sense of belonging, that you want to show up and be a clear communicator, you want to be present? What are you devoted to? Well, getting down to that and then living that can be so powerful in our relationships. Also, because of the aspect of Jupiter here, we've got a Saraswati yoga. We've got the Jupiter aspect on Venus and on Mercury, all three benefics together in a combination creates Saraswati yoga. And that is, the goddess of wisdom and of knowledge, and brings another level of grace, which is beautiful. So we want to use the light that we have on this dark moon. It's a new moon, but that just means we're focused more inward and create our new intentions around that, and bring the wisdom, a great time to do any studying, and bring any teachings or wisdom into practicality into your life. How can you live those? Also, because of the arts, getting creative or appreciating the arts or music or creating yourself can be very soothing during this new moon period of time. With Thanksgiving in the United States, this is a time of really practicing our gratitude. And like with my groups and such, we always run a gratitude challenge. And whether you're in the United States or not, gratitude is such a great way to nourish yourself and relationships by focusing on more about what you're grateful for than what's not resonating for you. So just bringing that attitude and that practice with gratitude. And the thing about gratitude is really remembering why that you're grateful for whatever you're grateful for, because that brings purpose to it. So whatever you're grateful for, when you tell yourself why, or you tell the other person why you're grateful, it adds this whole other level of meaning and really deepens it. And that's a really beautiful thing. You know, there's a lot going on with this new moon, and just watch out for that energy of feeling a little fired up around your relationships, and make sure that it's it's okay if it's passionate, but if it's frustration, then like I said, what do you need to look at? What do you need to let go of? Or what do you need to take a step back from, maybe, in order to soothe that energy? Again, I'm excited to bring you the 2023 forecast, really divinely aligning with your soul blueprint. And, we'll have a healing meditation with this. It'll be a live class. We'll go over all of the horoscopes and much more. So the link for that is down below. I encourage you to partake in that, and I look forward to being with you and sharing that with you. Thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please share this and like this. I really appreciate it, and have a fabulous day.